Tony Stark is in his high-tech workshop, working on a new energy stabilization module for his suit. Jarvis suddenly interrupts, the AI's tone sharp with urgency. "Sir, there is an escalating crisis downtown. A symbiotic entity is attacking civilians." The holographic screen zooms in, revealing the monstrous form of Venom, his jet-black body reflecting the city lights as he effortlessly tosses a car into a building. The impact sends glass and debris flying, people scream and scatter. Venom's serpentine tongue flicks out as he lets out a guttural, bone-chilling laugh. Tony takes a deep breath and rolls his shoulders before pressing a concealed button on his wristband. Instantly, nanobots begin to flow from his arc reactor, forming the Mark 50 suit around him with a liquid-like precision. The red and gold armor locks into place as the helmet slides over his face, sealing him within a heads-up display filled with tactical readouts. "Jarvis, give me a full threat assessment." The AI responds, "Venom exhibits extreme strength, regenerative abilities, and is highly resistant to conventional weaponry. Recommend high-intensity sonic and fire-based countermeasures." Tony clenches his fists, testing the repulsors before blasting off through the open hangar bay, shattering the sound barrier as he rockets toward the fight. As Iron Man streaks through the sky, his HUD highlights the destruction below. Flames burst from wrecked cars, sirens wail, and panicked civilians scramble for safety. Venom, standing in the middle of the street, senses him approaching. The symbiote's head twists unnaturally, grinning. "Ah, Stark, you finally came to play." His deep, gurgling voice echoes through the emptying streets. Without hesitation, he extends a massive black tendril and smashes a lamppost, sending it hurtling toward Iron Man. Iron Man swiftly tilts to the side, dodging the flying lamppost by mere inches. It crashes into a parked car, sending sparks flying. "All right, you oversized ink stain, let's see what you've got." Tony's repulsors charge up with a sharp hum, then fire twin beams of energy straight at Venom. The impact sends the symbiote skidding back, but the creature merely snarls, absorbing the damage. His black ooze shifts and stretches, forming razor-sharp claws. With inhuman speed, Venom lunges at Iron Man, swiping at him mid-air. Venom's claws strike against Iron Man's armor, causing deep scratches along the plating. Tony stumbles mid-air but quickly recovers, activating his jet boosters to push back. "Okay, sharp claws," noted. He deploys a rapid-fire barrage of micro-missiles from his shoulders. The projectiles home in on Venom, detonating in quick succession. The explosions engulf the symbiote in fire and smoke. For a moment, silence, then, a growling voice emerges from the flames. Venom steps forward, his black goo reforming. "Fire hurts but not enough, Stark." His grin widens, revealing jagged teeth dripping with saliva. Tony quickly processes Venom's weakness. "All right, let's see how you handle this." His suit's forearm panels shift, revealing sonic emitters. A high-frequency wave blasts outward, distorting the air itself. Venom screeches in agony, his liquid-like form rippling uncontrollably. He stumbles backward, clutching his head as the sonic waves tear at his body. "Yeah, not a fan of loud music, huh?" Tony quips, increasing the frequency. Venom roars, his entire form convulsing under the sonic assault. But then, with a sudden surge of willpower, he lashes out. His tendrils shoot forward, smashing into Iron Man's chest plate with immense force. The impact sends Tony hurtling backward, crashing into the side of a building. Alarms blare as sparks fly from his damaged armor. "Okay, that one hurt," he mutters, shaking off the impact as his suit systems work to recalibrate. Tony stabilizes himself mid-air just in time to see Venom leaping toward him. The symbiote's massive form lunges with terrifying speed, claws extended. Tony reacts quickly, firing his unibeam straight at Venom's chest. The white-hot energy blast strikes, momentarily halting the creature's momentum. But instead of retreating, Venom twists his body mid-air, using his agility to swing off a nearby streetlight and launch himself at Iron Man again. Venom crashes into Iron Man, tackling him mid-flight. His powerful jaws snap open, revealing rows of razor-sharp teeth dripping with black saliva. "I wonder how your suit tastes, Stark," he growls, lunging in for a bite. Tony, acting fast, deploys an energy blade from his gauntlet, jamming it between Venom's jaws to keep them from closing. Sparks fly as the symbiote tries to crush the blade with sheer strength. With Venom locked in a struggle, Tony initiates a countermeasure. His gauntlet heats up, activating a high-temperature plasma burst. Flames erupt between them, scorching Venom's face. The symbiote screeches in pain, thrashing wildly as the fire sears his form. Tony takes the opportunity to blast him backward with a concussive energy wave. Venom is sent crashing into a nearby car, the impact crumpling the vehicle like paper. Smoke and flames rise around him. For a moment, it seems like the fight is over, but then, the black ooze begins to ripple and shift. Slowly, Venom's massive form reforms, his twisted grin returning. "You really think fire is enough to stop me, Stark?" His voice drips with mockery as he stretches his claws once again. Tony doesn't give him a chance to fully recover. Engaging his thrusters, he speeds forward, grabbing Venom by the chest and launching him into the sky. The two spiral upward at breakneck speed, leaving the city lights behind. "Let's see how you handle zero gravity, ugly," Tony mutters. As they reach the stratosphere, he releases Venom and activates his boot thrusters to stabilize himself. Venom flails midair, roaring in frustration. Venom quickly adapts, using his tendrils to latch onto Iron Man's leg. With a forceful pull, he swings himself back toward Tony, slamming into him with bone-crushing impact. The two plummet toward the city below, locked in a brutal mid-air struggle. Tony struggles to break free as Venom's claws tear into his armor. They crash into the rooftop of a skyscraper, shattering glass and metal on impact. Tony rolls to the side, armor systems warning him of structural damage. Venom rises first, unaffected, his eyes glowing with predatory hunger. "You're not getting up from this one, Stark." His form expands, tendrils writhing menacingly. Tony knows he needs a final move. His arc reactor pulses as he reroutes all remaining power into a concentrated energy burst. "Alright, let's light you up, big guy." His chest glows intensely, and he unleashes a blinding unibeam at full force. Venom shrieks as the energy scorches through his form, his symbiotic body peeling away layer by layer. Venom howls in agony, his monstrous form convulsing under the sheer force of Iron Man's full-powered unibeam. Black symbiotic tendrils violently lash out in every direction, writhing like severed serpents, desperately trying to hold onto their host. But the raw energy of the blast is too much. The symbiote begins to peel away, exposing Eddie Brock beneath. For a moment, Eddie's eyes widen, his human consciousness surfacing as he struggles against the overwhelming power. "Stark, you don't understand," he gasps, his voice strained and desperate. But before he can say more, the remaining symbiote surges back over his face, roaring in fury as it fights to maintain control. Iron Man lowers his arm, breathing heavily as his suit's energy reserves deplete rapidly. He watches as Eddie, still partially covered by the symbiote, stumbles forward, his expression twisted with conflict. "You don't get it, Stark, it's not just a parasite. It's a part of me now," Eddie says, his voice strained. Venom's deep, guttural growl echoes as the symbiote solidifies around him again. "We could kill you. Or we could make a deal." Tony narrows his eyes, every system in his suit running critical diagnostics. "A deal? You seriously think I'd trust you?" Venom grins, razor-sharp teeth gleaming. "You don't have to trust us, but you need us. There are worse things coming." Tony hesitates. He's fought gods, aliens, and madmen, but Venom is something different, something unpredictable. He watches the creature's eyes shift, flickering between Eddie's humanity and the monstrous void of the symbiote. "If you know something, now's the time to spill it," Tony finally says. Venom tilts his head. "Not here. Too many ears. Too many threats." His voice lowers. "You want to stop what's coming, Stark? Then let us help you. Because if you think we are the worst thing out there, you haven't seen real terror yet." Tony exhales sharply, his mind racing. Every logical part of him screams not to trust Venom. But there's something in Eddie's voice, a raw urgency. He clenches his jaw. "Fine. But if you so much as breathe in the wrong direction, I'll turn you into space dust." Venom chuckles darkly. "We'd expect nothing less, Stark." As Iron Man turns away, he doesn't notice Venom looking up toward the night sky. The symbiote's grin fades slightly. "They're already here," he whispers to himself. Above them, beyond the clouds, something moves in the darkness, watching, waiting.